Hey friends, Crystal Baller here, and I'm going to show you how to play Wish You Were Gay by Billie Eilish. So there's going to be two ways you can play this. One, you can just strum the straight chords, which I recommend if you're just getting started with guitar. It's a good way to learn like your chord transitions for A minor, D, G, and E minor. And then secondly, if you want to learn how to finger pick, this is a good song to try to learn that as well. So first, if I want you to start with just chord transitions if you're just getting started. And then if you are getting pretty solid with your chord transitions, go ahead and jump on learning how to finger pick. So this is a no makeup Monday. Woo. Looking righteous. Okay. So your first chord is A minor. So you put your pointer finger on the B string on the first fret, put your middle finger on the D string on the second fret, and your ring finger on the G string on the second fret too. So it looks like that. And make sure your fingers are curled enough that you're not touching the strings below so it sounds clean. And when you strum an A minor, you strum the bottom 5, so don't strum the E. So sometimes people bring their thumb around to barely touch the string so it meets it, or you can just not strum it. So that's what that one sounds like. And then your next chord is going to be a D chord, which is your pointer finger on the G string on the second fret, your middle finger on the little E string on the second fret, and then your ring finger on the B string on the third fret, and you strum the bottom 4 for that one. Okay? And again, that's another one you got to make sure you're like up on your fingertips because it's pretty easy to mute the strings around it, especially this little E with this ring finger here. Okay, so that's your D chord. And then your next chord is a G chord. So you're going to put your pointer finger on the third fret of the E string, the low E. I'm sorry, I said pointer, but it's your middle finger. And then your pointer finger goes to the second fret on the A string. And then your ring finger and your pinky are on the third fret. So your pinky's on the little E and your ring finger's on the B. Okay, so you strum all of a G chord, and that's that chord. Now I know some songs you play G with just these two. Sometimes it's just your pinky. So you could just do it with your pinky, but I don't know. I recommend just playing the whole chord and learning it all. Learn the hard one first. Because then you can always play the easy ones later. Okay, and then the next one is your is it E minor? Or hold on. Yeah, it's E minor. So E minor, you put 2 fingers on the second fret of the A string and the D string. Okay, so it's a pretty easy chord. And you can do it with these two or these two. Either way, it's cool. Okay. So those are your 4 chords. So it has the same progression over and over. The only changes is that sometimes you drop out, but it's like baby do 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 do. Okay, the whole time. All right. So to get your chord changes fast enough, I recommend that you practice with a metronome, and it just starts clicking, and you just try to get to the chord change before the 1 comes around. And this is a great song for that, because if you're only doing single strums, you could actually do the whole song and sing it pretty easily. So what that would look like is like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit, I played it E major. That's a E minor. Okay. So that's that chord progression. Start slow, work up your speed. Now this is part 2, the finger picking part. Okay, so there's a few different variations of picking here. So the first one is okay. So play your A minor chord and you strum the A string with your thumb, and then you have your pointer finger, your middle finger, and your ring finger on these 3 bottom strings. Okay, so you go strum with your thumb, and then like pluck with 3. Okay, then the D chord, instead of strumming the A string with your thumb, you strum the D string with your thumb, and you pluck the same bottom 3. Okay, so these stay in the same spot. Oh shit, I hit the wrong one. There we go. So the first one's A to D. Okay, and there's like a definite like slappy mute thing that happens. So it's A minor, slap, slap. Okay, and our next chord is G chord. So play your G chord, and now your thumb's always going to go to the root note of the chord, right? So we're going to a G note right now with our thumb, and then the bottom 3 again, and then E minor we go open E string. Oh shit. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna play it slow and you just play it along with me. All right. 1, 2, ready, go. A, D, G, E minor. A, D, G, E minor. Okay, and sometimes on the ends of the verse when they do it, you just gotta listen to the song and you'll hear what I'm talking about. Because the first time around, I think it's like 2 times around on this part, and then you do the different plucking thing I'm about to show you. But then the final measure before the chorus hits, it'll just be like strum E minor, slow. Okay. And so the next plucky part, the same chord shapes. All right, so go to your A minor and you go. All right, so that's. So you are plucking A string, then the G string with your pointer finger, then you go back to the A string again with your thumb, then you do the last little E string with like. I'm using my middle finger, but you could really use any other finger that you're not using already, right? So. All right, and this is the same thing. So this pattern's staying with these 2 strings, but the only thing that changes is where your thumb goes, because your thumb always goes to a root note. So we go to our D chord, and our thumb moves down to the D string. And we're still plucking the same strings. Okay, and then you go to G chord. So we're still plucking these same 2 here, but our thumb's moving to the E string. So my hand's here, right? And then we go to E minor, and then my thumb's still on the E string. And I know you're not even strumming any of the strings you're holding down, but you're playing it, it's in an E minor chord, so you're just going to go ahead and push these strings down even though you're not hitting them. Just to get in the habit of like doing the same chord change. Okay, so all together, let's try the strumming pattern. 1, 2, ready, go. Strum. Okay, and then the next part you just strum. So I'm not playing with a pick right now. Whenever I strum, I kick my fingernails over the strings like this. But some people strum with their thumbs. I don't know, it feels better for me to just flick it down. So that is down, down. So we're still doing that slap. Now the only thing that's different is we're going to do a walk up after the E minor. So we're going to go strum, strum. Then you go 2, 3 on the E string, or F sharp, G. Then you restart it again. And I'm strumming that with my thumb, the walk up. 1, Okay, so that's the chorus. And then you just got to listen for the parts where you drop out a little bit. There's one part where she drops out for 2 measures. And so the 2 measures that she drops out is right at the beginning. So you skip A, you skip D, and then she's like, okay? So listen to the strummy bits. You'll hear it and figure out where they go. The cool thing I like about this song is, like, it's pretty simple. It's pretty basic to play, right? 4 chords. But dynamically, it's pretty badass. Like, this song has a gigantic ebb and flow. It starts out really quiet, and then it slowly creeps up. Then it, like, completely drops out the edge. Then it comes back hard and slaps you in the face. And then she drops off the cliff again. And then it creeps up, drops off again, and then it hits you back in the face until finally she's going full throttle. And so in those full throttle parts, that's when you're strumming harder. But it's a really cool dynamic song to play, and it's a great introduction to finger picking. So enjoy. Please let me know what you think. Let's talk about it in the Facebook group, and I look forward to learning more with you. Please post what you're doing and check out the conversation and discussion that is going on online in the Lady Rockstars Plugged In Facebook group. All right, thanks friends. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.